your boy James over at XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Wizards Unite content. And today, we're here to talk about Community Day and five tips that'll help you guys make this event more efficient for you and honestly, to get as much XP as possible. So, let's get into it. Alright, let's go over the details for the event. First off, the dates. July 20th, which is a Saturday, times for the Asian Pacific, 1 to 4 p.m. AEST. Europe, Middle East, Africa, and India, that's 10 to 1 UTC. And the Americas and Greenland, that'll be from 11 to 2 p.m. Pacific time. Now, what can we expect during that day? There's going to be a free 50 spell energy pack with one peripheral brain elixir given within the store. So make sure you capitalize on that and collect that. 3 times XP when utilizing the peripheral brain elixir. That's all 3 hours. If you have that running, that'll be 6 peripheral brain elixirs, 3 times XP. Also, there's going to be an increase in traces all across the board, particularly the Hogwarts school. That's the 9 3/4 category in the registry. So there's going to be a lot of those popping up. And lastly, dark detectors will last an hour instead of 30 minutes when you put them in ends. So utilize that. That's going to be actually fun to use and play around with as well. Now, let's get into our tips for you guys. Okay, the first 2 tips I'm going to give you guys will be prep work. This is basically getting you guys ready for when the day happens, when the event happens, you guys will be ready. The first one, brew a bunch of peripheral brain elixirs and healing potions. Healing potions I'll explain later. That'll be in tips 4 and 5. But peripheral brain elixirs for the obvious reason. You get 3 times XP when you have that running. So it's a cheap way. If you guys want to pay for it, fine. Go ahead and pay for a peripheral brain elixir, but you'll be getting 1 free. And so just make sure you have at least 5 to cover the entire event. So brew peripheral brain elixirs. They're going to be so clutch. That 3 times XP is going to be so juicy during the event. Tip number 2. Do not open your port keys before the community day. Reason I say that, there is so much XP to be had, especially with the peripheral brain elixir. And port keys give a great amount of XP when you open them. So can you imagine opening all 8 with the 3 times XP while utilizing peripheral brain elixir? So much XP. If you don't have all 8 slots filled for your port keys, portmanteaus, start walking them today. Get them full. You won't regret it. It's going to be so clutch for community day. So rack up those kilometers if you haven't filled your port keys, and if they're already filled, don't open them. Please don't open the port keys until community day. Tip number 3. And this might be a controversial statement, but this is my personal opinion. Save your dark detectors. Save them till the end of the event, whether it's the last hour or last 2 hours. The reason I say that, there's been a mixed bag with the dark detectors in regards to spawn rates concerning the high, severe, or even emergency threat levels. And with that mixed bag, I don't know if that's the best way to utilize the event, especially with XP being that big a deal and there's going to be something more important than the dark detectors, which I'll get to, I think, with tip 4. But I just don't think it's an efficient way to utilize the time you have, especially when you're using peripheral brain elixirs and trying to grind that XP if that's your goal. So I would save it till the end of the event. It's a great way if you've been walking around and you've already opened your 8 port keys and you're racking up kilometers to open up more. It's a great way to finish the event sitting down, especially if you got a good amount of ends with other people and just trying to find as many rare foundables as you can. It's a great way to cap it off. But starting off, I would not. I would wait. I would save it till that part. And tip number 4 is the reason why. Okay, now tip number 4. This might be the most important one. Do as many fortresses, wizarding challenges as you can. First and foremost, again, the peripheral brain elixir 3 times XP when you're using it. Then, wizarding challenges with friends. If you're fortunate enough to meet people at the Community Day event for Wizards Unite, get those friend codes, because that extra XP is going to be so great. Also, if you happen to be at a sponsored fortress and doing wizarding challenge there, the rewards outputs are higher and the XP is higher. So fortresses, if you're trying to grind XP, fortresses are going to be the best way to do it, especially if you have 5 people, including yourself, in the wizarding challenges, and you're just doing the first level and you're just flying through that, just racking up. Now, they nerfed the XP output in comparison to what it was before, but that 3 times XP with the peripheral brain elixir kind of covers all of that, and you should be golden. So if you're trying to grind XP, wizarding challenges are going to be the best and most efficient way of utilizing that XP. Last but certainly not least, tip number 5, and that is, if you can, try to prestige your 9 3/4 registry page. Reason I say that, there's going to be an increase in those foundables and those traces. And if you go into the Community Day event already prestige with that registry, it'll be a lot easier for you to fill up, since there's going to be an increase in those spawns, especially when you have 3 hours to do that, and especially if you're going to be at or near a school where those foundables, where those traces are heavily concentrated. Schools, universities, all of those places, you're going to see a lot of those. So that's their original spawns anyway. That on top of the increased spawns is going to be a great way to fill up your page again, so you can get those benefits of prestiging your page, that XP. The XP is going to be so clutch that day. So that being said, what do you guys think? You guys have any tips for me? Were these tips helpful? Let me know in the comment section below. We love hearing from you guys. Also, if you are new, subscribe to the channel. Here you'll be getting all the latest and greatest Wizards Unite content. Like and share, it helps the channel immensely. Check out our various forms of social media, Instagram, Twitter. We post daily. Thank you guys so much for visiting and watching the video. Hope you guys have an awesome community day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time.